Warriors.
Clayton might want to start looking at an answer for her immediately.
Subs coming in for Ayers. 32 of Gupton will take a rest. Jocelyn Ayers, the 5'10 forward senior in the game now for the Warriors. 3:36. Clock ticks away in the opening period. It is a 2-point lead now.
Big collision there. We got Unique Best down.
They're going to call foul on Best in 24. And she might have hurt her arm or shoulder. Something's hurting
her. Abdomen somewhere. With the collision, she almost kind of landed on her defender's shoe there.
And that is also the second foul on Unique Best, the 5'6 senior forward. She is definitely a great player for the Comets organization, defensive, definitely. She's really good.
Yeah,
she's going to go back to the trainer room to get looked at.
She's very tough. To see her wincing like that, you know she's really in pain. Hope everything's okay.
Back inbounds, East Wake. Razor under the basket to 12 of Ayers. Looking there for a second, 24. And Khalees Carmen, 6 points now for the lady. Number 24 forward center at 6'1". Shot goes up by Watkins, going for two. Basket up but no good. Give it right back to the Warriors. Watkins for Clayton went for an attempt to three. No good. Give it back to Wake. As Razor turns it in now. Oh, it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors, and it's Comets ball. 8-4. Clayton out in front now. Down by 4. East Wake is leading, I meant. Washington at midcourt. On defense, number 12, Ayers. They about had a car crash in front of us there, also with Pooley. Attempt made.
Excellent play by Howard there.
And Howard for two.
Big drive into the paint, throwing her body around, getting the bucket.
Yes, sir. 2-point lead now for the Comets. And but right back, returning around is Carmen.
And Carmen showing I can do the same.
Carmen now at 8 points in the first period alone. Eves has 2. Washington has 2 points from the free throw line, and Howard has 2 points as well. It's 10-6. 10-6 score right now. 2:33 remaining in the first period on CRN. The following is a presentation of the Community Radio Network and Clayton Athletics. Solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listed audience, any publication, reproduction, or retransmission without the express written consent of Trace 9, Wesley, Outland, and Clayton Athletics and the Community Radio Network is restricted and prohibited. Follow us as always online at crnsports.org. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at CRN Sports, Community Radio Network on Facebook.
So we'll see what the Comets come with here.
Back inbounds goes Eves. Sets it up to Washington at midcourt. Going back in now the Comets territory. Couple of subs coming in. Tabor will be on it for a minute for the Warriors. Shot made by Watkins for a tip behind the back of the backboard. No good, but the rebound goes back to Clayton with Washington on the pick. Give it back to Howard. D. Howard looking, juking, jiving. Midcourt, top of the key, looks at, finds Watkins. Watkins on defense now. It's Carmen, 24 big points for that young lady. And for the Warriors here, Eves sets up just before the midcourt line and gets it back to Washington. And a peach and a foul, and they make contact. Last touch by the Comets. It will be Warrior ball. Right in front of us as well. I cringed for a second.
I was getting ready to stop the ball from hitting our table here.
23. Layla Tabron will bring it inbounds for the Warriors. Freshman guard. Setting it up. Back to Razor. Back to number 10 of Graham. Looking for a shot. Jocelyn Ayers, but nobody there. It's an air ball.
Big rebound by Carmen for that bucket there.
Peyton Sharp's in the game now for the Comets. Literally gave it right back. Hedinger gave it right back to Sharp. She about lost the ball. She saves it. And now Hedinger back with the ball again. Hedinger juking, jiving on the offense now. Looking for Howard. Howard's in trouble. She can't go to midcourt. Sets up down to Eves. Now looking for Howard. That was a foul right there. They didn't call it, though. as Eves pushes in. Sets it up now to purple shoes of Sharp. And they're going to call the whistle and a foul now.
And you notice East Wake's starting to throw a little double team at Clayton. And I think they're kind of getting the note that Clayton's getting a little frustrated with it and doesn't quite know what to do with it yet.
Fourth foul on our team foul for the East Wake Warriors. The first foul on number 11, player foul on Sierra Razor. And there's a whistle and a foul. They're going to call it out of bounds. Last touch by East Wake, and they're going to give it back to Clayton. Saved by that mistake right there by Watkins for sure.
A big collision right in front of us as well.
It'll be Comets ball. Delaney Eves will bring it inbound. Power forward, 5'10" junior. On defense, Desires for the Warriors. She can't find nowhere to go. Now, Hedinger gets it past midcourt, but she's not past that midcourt line yet, so she's okay to bring it inbounds. And they'll turn it back over. Under a minute to play here in the first. It'll be Comets ball. 12-6. Feel like it's safe enough to say suffice. Daniel Moore, the Comets are in a dogfight for the first time in a while. There's a 3-shot foul coming up. That's a 3-shot foul. Number 15, Michaela Ricks, just fouls number 23, Hedinger. And it is a 3-shot foul.
Yeah, that was a big collision as well. These ladies definitely want this number 1 seed.
For Michaela Ricks, that is her second foul in the game. The 5'6" guard senior for the Warriors. And this will bring up number 23 of Mackenzie Hedinger. She will shoot 3 at the line. 3-shot foul. 51.8 seconds remaining in the first period. New players coming in. Amanda Pooley, freshman guard, number 33. As 15, Ricks will take a rest. Number 34, Meredith Robertson will now come in the game for the Comets and allow Eves to take a rest. And she's the 5'10" Ford Jr. for the Comets. Hedinger will shoot and miss all 3 of those free throw shots, Daniel Moore.
Yeah, I mean, you missed the shot already due to the foul, and then you finally get those free throw strikes, and you got to make them count, especially being down in the game like this.
Got to make your free throw shots. Bottom line, I think that's what Marlon Lee's thinking too. You got to make your free throw shots. Got a foul now against Clayton. Foul on number 34. First foul for Meredith Robinson. She just came to the game, the 5'10" Ford Jr. Number 42, Asia Manley's getting ready to come in. Freshman Ford for the East Wake Warriors at the free throw line is number 24 of Khalees Carmen. Carmen will make her first. That's 9 points in the game now for Carmen. And she'll nail her second as well. So 10 now for Carmen. Here comes number 42. Manley will come in and let Carmen take a rest. And we got 39.1 ticks in the first period. Clock remaining again. Comets ball with Sharp. Brings it up inbounds at midcourt. Sharp powers her way all the way to the basket. Under the rim. It's no good. Coming back is Hedinger. She goes for a fader flutter at 2, and it bounces off and no good. Last touch by East Wake. It'll still be Comets ball.
Yeah, and you got to score here. 25 seconds left in the half, in the first quarter here. You got to get some points on the board and get a little bit closer to East Wake's score.
Back in bounds, and Hedinger to Howard. Dariana Howard will get 4 points now as she puts up another layup at the line. 14-8. Comets trying to get out of the cellar here in the first period. They have met their match here in this matchup with the East Wake Warriors. This is for the number 1 spot. They're both undefeated. Shot, attempt made, going for 3, no good. And that's the first period. Layla Tabron trying to go for a 3-point shot before the buzzer. And that is, again, the first period of action. So, recapping the first period. 2 points for Washington from the free throw line. 4 points for Howard. 2 points for Eves. 2 fouls on 24 Unique Best. She had an injury, is in the locker room right now being looked at by the trainers. 1 foul each on Dariana Howard and the 34 of Meredith Robertson for the Comets. For the East Wake Warriors, 2 fouls on number 15 of Ricks. 1 foul each on Graham and Razor. 1 foul on Carmen, and she's the high scorer of the game so far of everybody at 10 points. And only another player, Zayasia Gupton, has 2.
Yeah. I mean, so far Carmen has been the bread and butter for East Wake here, and I mean, if I'm the coach, I'm going to keep handing it to her and letting her walk in. As long as the defense is going to let her walk in and score, I'm going to keep feeding her the ball.
Ready for second period action. 14-8. It'll be the East Wake Warriors bringing it inbounds. Number 23, Tabron will get it to number 10 of Graham. Ready for the second. Pulley sets it up to Graham. Shot tip made for three off the backboard. No good. That was number 22 of Miles going for a three.
Great pass in there. Just couldn't sink the three.
Sharp takes it all the way to Washington. Washington for three. Nails it! First field goal of the game. 5 points now for the 5'2" point guard senior, Kaija Washington, Daniel Moore.
And speaking of good passes, just in time for that open three-pointer there from Washington. Beautiful play.
14-11 is a 3-point game now. Up court, Graham. Graham sets it in to Tabron. Tabron's there. Back to Graham again. Graham back up court. Here we go. And they're going to call whistle stoppage of play here.
Clayton's, again, got to get some points on the board here. They're getting closer, though. They're only down by 3 now, so just got to continue to work so you can get the ball inside and score some easy baskets.
Shot attempt made there for a 3-point lead. Clayton's trying to get back in this thing here. And there's a whistle and a foul. Foul on number 33. That is her first for the Warriors of Amanda Pulley, freshman guard. Comets ball. They're going to bring it back inbounds, led by Eves and Washington. Washington trying to get it to Howard. Ooh, like a
little moving screen there.
Football play there to the quarterback to fullback. A fader and a flutter. She goes to the ground. Misses off. It's no good. And Howard will go back on defense quickly as the Warriors come back up court. Three-point lead. Now a 6-point lead.
A good eye by Graham there on that pass. She's done some really good work at that point guard position.
Gupton for three. And that's 5 points now for Zayaja Gupton. 3-point shot. That's a 16-11 game now. Back up court. 5:50 remaining in the first period. Bout turns it over. Washington gets it safely back to Eves. Eves back on defense. Eves, 2-lady pressure or more by Asia Manley in the game. And that last going to be pushed. It's going to be pushed against East Wake. It'll be Comets ball. Then it'll be East Wake ball. Turned over by Clayton.
Yes. Eves tried to drive up the baseline there and just couldn't quite keep her foot in bounds, it looked like.
Mackenzie Henniger is in for the Comets to let Eves take a rest. And number 11 of Sierra Razor is in for the Warriors. Back inbounds, number 10, Graham, to 23 of Tabron. Some more players are coming in now, including number 42 of Manley. 5:25 remaining here in the first half of play. In the second period, it's a 5-point game. And a foul on number 3 of White. That is her first. That is on Washington. This will bring number 10, Kaija Graham, to the line. She's 5'3", guard junior for the Warriors. The first shot goes in, and it's good. Her first points of the game as well. Number 42 of Manley is in now.
She's done a lot to get her team, get passes to her open teammates. So, just for her to just get on the board is not too bad in my opinion. She's had a few assists in this game so far.
Yep, Fader trying to go for a rebound, and they'll get 2 times the chance at their rebound. Turns it over, throws it away, back to Pooley. Jump ball is going to be called, and